Just a disclaimer, I did start this project whilst there were guests at my house, so I chose to do the majority of this video in a voiceover, so this is a new thing for me, so I hope you guys like it. My reason for starting this project was that my jeans had a hole in its crotch. At the same time, I was seeing a lot of upcycling on my Pinterest, so I thought, why not give it a try? I will say, I didn't plan anything, just went with the flow, and as a result, I hated the result, but whatever. First, I did flip the jeans inside out and cut my handles as well as the length of the bag. Afterwards, I got help from my mum to actually sew on the base of the bag, as she's way better at sewing than I am. I didn't record a lot of the process, so this is a finished product. I'm really sorry. I will say though, this was not the final, as I actually hated how plain it looked. However, I did still choose to wear it out. Here you will see everything that I put into my bag, such as my Vaseline, my sketchbook, as well as also some sewing supplies and art supplies, as I did think that I would add more to this bag. I don't really know. Spoiler, I only added one patch, which you will see just about here. I will say I did finish this at home, sewing the patch on. However, on another day I decided that I hate it and I did actually remove it. I did go to my cousin's cafe again just because I like getting free food from him, and here I made a star patch. This one I do keep. I quite like the result of this one. Obviously I am hand sewing it, as whilst I did get a sewing machine, it is very much so needing some serious TLC before I can even think of using it. After I sewed the star onto the black fabric, I did then cut the black fabric in with a few millimeters of space between. I will say I regret doing that. I should have made it a bit of an actual square or rectangle. However, it's whatever. I did sew this on. Here is when I did realize I actually want to slim down the sides of my bag, and I also removed the patch like I mentioned earlier. So I did turn the bag inside out, and I seam ripped all the parts connecting the base of the bag. This is just a time lapse of me doing that, and I know my arms are really exaggerated when I do this. I don't know why, but I was struggling. You will see me also doing very dramatic arm movements when I'm sewing. This is simply because I use a long bit of thread, and I don't like to constantly have to, finish my project halfway, make more thread, whatnot. So I just start off with a long piece of thread. Here I cut the base size literally in half because it had just been that big. I am also just showing where I plan to sew along my bag, just to make it more slimmer and change shape. Whilst I did pin this down, I actually didn't sew it that day just because it was getting quite late and I had school the next day, and I don't like being up too late on the school night. Hi guys, I just want to say I'm really sorry for how long this project has been taking. I know I haven't posted in such a long time, and so I did want to try and put more effort into this video. However, obviously I did end up not liking a good chunk of the project and then restarting, and obviously that did slow down my progress a lot. Moreover, this project did end up I did end up deserting it for a good couple of weeks and just not going back to it in so long. And when I was going back to edit the clips, I realized it didn't really reach the lengths I wanted it to. I want my videos to be generally longer than 5 minutes. However, with how little I'd recorded, it was actually closer to 2.5 minutes, and I thought that wasn't really good enough and that you guys deserve more. So apologies for how long this has taken, and I hope you enjoy. Here is just a time lapse of me sewing the sides together. As you can see, there are the exaggerated arm movements I mentioned, and if I do keep glancing sort of beyond the screen, I was actually attending a webinar technically, but I got a bit bored like halfway through, so I chose to just sew during that time, just to be a bit more productive. So to be honest, there wasn't really much else to do. And then here's just how my stitching was looking. Obviously it's not the straightest. I am still very new to sewing. Like, this is my first actual sewing project, let alone sewing at all, to be honest. So I'm hoping with my sewing machine in the future I will be able to have way better projects and way better lines. Here I do just give a mini progress update. I just flip the bag inside out and show you how the bag looks now that it's been sewn. As you can see, way more rectangular. I like the shape a lot more. So all that's left to do is sew on the base and also finish patching up my star, because I don't know why I stopped doing that, but you know, obviously I do need to continue it. Unfortunately, this will be where this video ends. I do believe that I will continue on with this project, as I do plan to wear the bag out eventually. However, that will probably be in a part 2, which could take a long time from now. The reason why I don't have too many ongoing projects at once is because I have really bad storage and I don't have any like secondary storage places I can use apart from my phone. So do forgive me for that, and I love you guys.